Old Glory coming together. Thought I would just talk just a second briefly on the horizontal stabilizers. You'll notice I'm not putting them on until the very end, mostly because it doesn't matter. Plus, whenever you're walking back and forth around the plane, you're not having to walk around all this every time because you're going to be going back and forth an awful lot. So I just wait and kind of do that at the end, like I do the windows. I just put the windows on, at the very end. I was going to talk about some of the weather stripping too. You can put some of this foam weather stripping, all the way around the edge where it's going to meet the window here. In the back, I usually have to put 2 layers. I put 1 layer actually on the back D window part, and then another layer here because there is still a pretty good gap even when this hits the front of the door right there and it comes over, so you want to make sure it's a good seal there. Now I just check it all over good for air once I start flying, and you'll probably find a little place or two maybe where it's a little gap. You might feel just a little bit of air coming in, and I just put a little more weather stripping. So anyway, what I've done, I'm just getting ready to finish the last part. What I've done is you'll see the manual, and this is some really hard stuff, these tubes. There's tubes that go through here. Okay, the first thing you're going to notice is that they're not going to slide through these pieces probably. And what I do is take a drill. I'll just show you. I take like a large drill bit. I just use like a 3/8 or something, but just use a large drill bit, whatever, like this. Take a piece of sandpaper. You may have had to do this when you originally put the yoke down through there. I take this and I put a piece of masking tape right here, and then I wind it up on there, and then like that, so it's rolled up. And you can take that and stick it in a tube, okay? And then you can take your drill and then you can just kind of sand out the openings. So I take it and I sand all the openings, both of the tube here and this tube back here in the fuselage. Then I make sure that the tubes they give you slides easily through there. If you do what I'm saying, this is very easy to do this part. If you don't do like I'm saying and you kind of follow the manual, it's very hard, okay? So make sure this tube slides very easily. I actually sanded the tube part that's going into here just a little bit too. I just stuck it in there a little ways and then used sandpaper and went back using like 100 grit. But make sure you can easily get this tube through here. Sand this tube on the inside. Get all the paint and everything so you can slide it through. It won't be loose, but you want to be able to slide it through rather easily here and here, okay? Once you do that, then go to your stabilizers and do the same thing. Take it and make sure you can slide them into the stabilizer easily. And do the same thing. You'll probably have to sand the insides of those so they'll slide easily. If you get them where they slide easily, it's so much easier. Okay, so then once you do it, the manual says to take a number 30 drill. You don't have to mark these anymore and center punch them and drill them because the horizontal stabilizers already have pre-drilled holes now where they go. I believe it's about 3/4 of an inch on the back and 1¼ inches from the edge to that hole. But you'll see the holes if you want to look inside, and if you can't see them through your fabric, punch a hole, drill a number 30 down through there. Then we slid the tubes into the fuselage before we did anything with the stabilizer. We slid the tubes, got an equal distance on both sides so we knew it was centered. Just took a magic marker, Sharpie, and marked around both sides so we knew where that point was, front and back, okay? Then take your stabilizer over on the side and slide the tube in on one side, like I did this side, and slide it in to the mark. Then you're going to drill this hole through there, through that hole, match drill that 30 hole down through here. Of course, I just put torque seal on there and it's nice and wet. Always is. Drill the 30 all the way through that tube. These tubes that go through here are extremely hard. I mean, very hard. Have a really good drill and a good drill bit. Also be very careful. I only use a battery powered drill now because if that catches, you have to put a lot of pressure down and try to drill these holes because they're very hard. And I was putting a lot of pressure on it one time using an electric drill with a lot of torque. And it caught, and when it caught, it turned sideways, broke the bit, and of course then my drill and the bit went right through the horizontal stabilizer. So I got to recover it. So, and that is so hard. And I've got good drill bits and good drills, but I'll tell you, it's hard. You cannot go, once you drill the 30 through there, it says go to a number. The manual says 12, that's wrong. The drawing says to go to a 1.191, which is an 11. So take a number 11 drill. You just want to get a number 3, you know, a 3-13A and a 3-15A bolt that goes through these. And as long as it's wide enough to get it through there, but by the drawings, it's a number 11. If you try to go straight to a number 11, I just couldn't do it. I really had to step it up about 4 sizes. You know, from the 30, I just had to go down to like a 26 and then like a 22, or, you know, I had to keep going down until I got to that 11. And then it was easy. But try to just go through with an 11 with a 30, it just didn't work. It's just, you'll be there forever. But just step it up about 4 or 5 sizes at a time, and it'll go. Once you get this side in, you put the bolts and the nuts. This gets 1 washer here and 2 on the bottom. And I think you actually need 1 more because you got like almost more than 3 at the bottom. So 3 threads showing. So once you get it, you want to come over here, grease everything up good. Put some grease inside both of those tubes. Put grease on your tube that's going through this one that you're going to slide through there. The front yoke is going to go up. And the manual shows you that, so you know, because this swings, just make it so it's in an up position. And then just work it in and slide it. Slide both tubes in all the way nice and flush. And you want these to fit nice and flush. You don't want to be able to later take your stabilizers and go like this and wobble them back and forth through the holes. So get this side up flush. And then one of the easy ways I've kind of found to do it, if you do like I said, where you've got them everything where it slides through, you've sanded it all off so everything slides good, it doesn't take much. So I go to this side, and I just take a ratchet strap, as you can see, and I just go in here and grab the yoke somewhere, come